Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the one more concept, that is your routing protocols, link state and the distance vector. Okay, so this you may get some 6 or 8 marks of question on link state to solve any problem. So here I will show you how the algorithm works under your link state and how you are going to solve any kind of problem with one example. Moving towards the next slide. Already this part already I have been explained you before itself, how what do you mean by routing protocols, how the packets are going to move from one network to another network. All these things already I have been explained you from the beginning. So here I will give you one glance of all these things. So here this is my home network and these all are my enterprise network. So if I am sending any packets or any datagram from one place to another place, so that time if I'm sending any datagrams, it has to be taken care by my network layers. Okay, so it will go to the routers. Here also I will be having my OSI layers, and then it is going to send to the like wherever the enterprise network will be there. So wherever how many through the routers it is passing through, each router will be having the network layers, or you can say everyone is having the OSI layers, and then through that it is going to pass to the my receiver side. So here you can see what is the goal. The main goal of your routing protocol will be to determine the good path in the sense wherever the packets will not get lost. Okay, so whenever you are going to send any packets from your sender side to receiver side, it has to follow any kind of path where there will not be any loss of your packets, and the packet can reach within the time period. That is the main thing. Now many times I have been used the word like path. So what do you mean by path exactly? It is nothing but it is a sequence of routers packet traverse from given initial source host to final destination host. It means that this is my path in which the sequence of packets are moving through the network from your initial host to the destination host. Okay, so that is the meaning of your path. Now here if I will talk about the good path. Now what do you mean by good? So good has been taken care by in many places. Here we are going to take care like the packet should not be lost. Okay, so if it is not getting lost in any of the network, that is known as my good path. Okay, and also it should have my less cost. The cost also has to be less, and also it should reach fast. Okay, and it has to be least congested. So these keywords you need to remember. The first thing will be the packet should not get lost. Then the cost has to be reduced. It should reach fast, and it should not be with the congestions. Okay, so if it is happening with this kind of networks, then I can say that my path is a good path. Now you can say, what do you mean by routing? So routing is nothing but through which your packets are traversing from one place to another place. That is known as your routing. So here I have one diagram. Okay, here this is known as your graph abstraction, where I'm going to calculate the cost. Okay, the link cost. Why it is known as your link cost? Because you can see it has been connected from one place to another place. You can see I have some nodes. My nodes are U, V, W, X, Y, Z. All the students, I'm requesting you please note down it properly, because you have to do the diagram and you have to solve the problem. So from this slide onwards, it will be better if you can note down everything clearly. Then you won't have any doubts. So here you can see this is a graph. If any of the diagram has been mentioned with a graph, you cannot see any arrow marks here. Okay, so that is the first thing that you have to remember. Next thing is why it is called as your link cost. Link in the sense, you can see I have here 6 nodes. Okay, and the 6 nodes has been connected with each other. Whenever the connection will be established, that is known as my link. So what is the cost now? If I have connected from U to V, so U to V link has been established and the cost will be 2. Okay, here only it has been given. So here I have one formula, G equals to N comma E. Now you can ask me, what is this G? G is nothing but graph. So what do you mean by N? N will be set of routers. Okay, so what are the set of routers are present here? You have 6 routers. So U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So this one will be in a set. So this the set of routers are known as your N. So now what do you mean by E? E will be your set of links. Okay, please note down all these keywords. E will be set of links. Set of links, how you are going to find out? The links can be between U to V, U to X. Okay, then you can have, if I'll consider V, then V to X, V to W. Then if I'll consider W, W to X, W to Y. If I'll consider Z, Z to W, Z to Y. Then like that only you have to consider all the nodes. Okay, so that is nothing but set of links. So next you can see how you are going to find out the cost. So if I want to find out the cost, I have to notify it in the term as C. Okay, suppose you want to find out the cost of A comma B, then it means that A to B there is a direct link, and also A has been connected directly with B. Okay, that is the meaning. So here in the example, if I will take, and if I want to find out the cost of W to Z. Okay, so how I'm going to notify it? I will write C W comma Z. It equals to how much? You can see W to Z, the cost is 5. Okay, so here I'm going to write 5. Now one more example you take, C cost of U comma Z. So do you have the connectivity from U to Z, direct connections? No, you don't have. If you don't have any direct connections, then the cost will be infinitive. That you have to remember. So if I want to write the cost of V comma Z, that also will be infinitive because I don't have any direct connection in between V to Z. So wherever there will be the direct connectivity, there only you are going to write the cost. So here you see one point I have been written here. The cost has been defined by a network operator. It has to be always 1. Okay, that is the minimum one. It has to be always 1 and also inversely related to your bandwidth. You can remember this one because these things we are going to put it in our formula also. So always the cost will be inversely related to your bandwidth, or else it is inversely related to your congestions. Okay, if the cost will be always inverse proportional to your bandwidth and also to your congestion. So this point you need to remember. So now here you can see how we have partitioned or classified our routing algorithms. Here you can see how fast the routers used to change and how in the global or decentralized formation, how it is going to be worked out. So if I will talk about the global things, all the routers will have the complete topology, or you can say they will have the link and the cost informations in every topology or in every like node connectivity. So that's the reason we are following as our link state algorithm, because it will be a direct link in between your two nodes. Okay, so that is the important point over here. If I want to consider about the decentralized part, so what I will do, it is nothing but it is a iterative process. Okay, it is a repetitive process of computation, or you can say that it is also a repetitive process in between the neighborhoods, wherever it is going to change your or exchange the data or information in between the neighbors. So that time what you are going to do, the routers has to find out the link cost attached to its neighbors. Okay, so whenever it is a repetitive process and whenever it is going to find out the link cost in between the neighborhoods, that time the algorithm we are going to supply, that is our distance vector algorithms. So here the difference will be, this is your link state algorithm where it is a direct connectivity, but here there will not be a direct, there will be a direct connectivity, but along with that you can find out the cost of your neighbor nodes. So this is known as your distance vector algorithm. So in this way we have been globally classified your link state and distance vector. Now coming to your static part, the router sometimes it will change slowly over the time. Okay, and if I will consider about the dynamic pathway, then the router will be changed more quickly over the time period. Okay, once the link cost will change, then also the like router also will get changed. So that will be in case of your dynamic part. So now directly we are moving to our link state algorithm. We will see the example how we are going to work out. So this is nothing but this is known as your Dijkstra's link state routing algorithm. You have to remember the name, the Dijkstra's link state routing algorithm. So what do you mean by this algorithm? This is a centralized one, okay, where the network topology and the link cost, everything will be for your all the nodes. That is a main important thing. It is everything is for your all nodes, okay. So it has to be accomplished with your link state broadcast, where all the links, all the nodes will be connected with each nodes directly, having one kind of your cost, and also all the nodes will have the same informations. And if I will go for the forwarding table, already you know what do you mean by the forwarding table, where we are going to write the link and cost of each node in a tabular format. So that is known as your forwarding table. Here what we are going to do is we are going to compute the least cost path from one node to another nodes, okay, and which it will give through our forwarding table for each of the nodes. And if we are going to consider about the iterative way, then there will be k times of iterations, because we have to find out we have to go to each node and we have to see the direct connectivity to the another node, and we have to find out. So if I want to do in that way, then definitely I have to follow some of the steps. So that kind of steps I have written here as my iteration steps. So that is known as my k iterations. So I can go forward with my k iterations time period, and also through that I'm going to find out the k destinations. So how my algorithm looks like? So here I have some of the points. I have already told you that the meaning of your C is nothing but your cost. So X and Y will be your two nodes, okay? So CXY means the direct link cost from your node X to Y, okay? So if there is a direct node connectivity and if some value has been written, so that will be the cost of your particular node. And if it has not been connected directly, okay, then the value will be your infinitive if it is not directly connected. So now the next term you can see, that is D of V. So what is that? This is nothing but this is a distance you are going to calculate. So the current estimate of cost of least cost path from source to destination of V. So here instead of V, there will be some node will be written. So you have to find out the distance in between the nodes. I can give you the example like D of X comma Y. So you have to find out the distance in between the X and Y. Okay, so sometimes you can have one more also. Suppose I will give you X, Y, Z. Okay, so X, Y, Z, three nodes has been connected, and I want the distance to calculate it from X to Z. Okay, so that time what you're going to do, X to Y you have to see, and Y to Z you have to see, and you are going to add this. That will be known as your distance. But in the cost case, if there is no direct connectivity in between your X to Z, then the answer value will be your infinitive. Okay, that is the difference between your cost and distance. Next one is your P of V. P is nothing but the path you are going to calculate, through which path, okay, or you can say the previous path or predecessor path through which it has been passed to from your source to destination. So that we are going to find out. N dash will be your set of nodes where the least cost path you are going to be known. How many set of nodes has been connected? So now here we are going to see the algorithm in a proper way. Initialization, first you have to compute the cost path from U to all other nodes. So how many nodes has been there, you are going to write over here. Then for all the nodes to V, if V is adjacent to U, then you have to write that D of V equal to C U comma V. Okay, next what you are going to do. Okay, so now here you can see if V is adjacent to U, then D of V will be your cost. Okay, C U comma V. Then here you are going to find out the distance. If it is not directly connected, you have to keep the value as your infinitive. Now next you have some loop. We have some again some lines also. Then you have the loop which you are going to continue till the process of n value will get over. Now here what you are going to do, you have to find out the weight. Okay, weight, you have to find out the cost or weight you can say, such that D of W will be minimum. If it is a minimum, then we are going to add it with our N dash. I will show you the workout of all this in my example. You can understand it in a better way. Once you will understand, you can follow this again. Then you are going to update your D of V. okay, and this is my formula. You have to find out the minimum cost, and then you have to continue this process till all the nodes get over. Now this is the example. I request all of you to open your pen and paper. Just start writing like this. Dijkstra's algorithm and example. Here, this side my iterations, I told k iterations. So here you need to write the step. Okay, I know that this is a 5. How I came to know 5 iterations will be there? From here. You can see this is a diagram. So in your exam, the diagram will be given to you. You have to solve it by using the Dijkstra's algorithm. Or mate can ask you, solve this one by using Dijkstra's or linked state algorithm. That time you have to write the algorithms, what do you mean by that, and in detailed descriptions with the this kind of formulas, and lastly you have to do the tabular form. This is known as your forwarding table. Okay, so this side I have written as there are 6 nodes. Just check it out the nodes u, v, w, x, y, z. So there are 6 nodes, so definitely I should have the 6th step. So as I have started from 0, my last node will be my 5th node. And in the question paper, it will be given that which one is your source node and which one is your destination node. So here it has been given that my U is my source node and Z is my destination node. Okay. So here I have to start the process from U. So before that, you have to write the N dash. Means all the nodes you are going to write over here. Okay. Then you have to write the nodes. What are the left out nodes? That is V, W, X, Y, Z. And also you have to write for each node, there will be a distance and also there will be a predecessor node, right? That's why I have written D of V, comma P of V. For this one, D of W, comma P of W. For this one, D of X, comma P of X. For this one, D of Y, comma P of Y. And for this, D of Z, comma P of Z. Okay. So now we are going to start this. How we are going to start? The first step will be, you have to find out the distance and also the predecessor node. So here if I'm starting from U, then what will happen? I have to go to V, right? Here you can see the V. So if I'm moving from U to V, then what is my distance from U to V? What is my distance? That is my 2. Okay. So I have written over here 2. What is the next one? Here I have written predecessor node. So which one is my predecessor node? If I want to go to V, my predecessor node will be U. My previous node will be U. So I have written 2, U. Similarly, now I am moving from U to W. Do you have the connectivity from U to W directly? Yes, I have the connectivity here. Okay. So what is the distance now? You can see here 5. And what is the previous node now? You can see U. That has been written over here, 5, U. Now let's consider to X. So now you have to find out the D of distance to X. Okay, U to X. So U to X, what is the distance? 1. So I have written here 1. So what is my previous node? That is my U. So I have written U. So now let's consider to Y. U to Y. Okay. Do you have the direct contact connectivity from U to Y? No, there is no direct connectivity from U to Y. That's the reason the value will be infinitive. Now, do you have U to Z any direct connectivity? No. So here you are going to write infinitive. So in this way, the first value has been done. Next, what you are going to do is you have to check which one is having the lowest value. Here you can see here 2, 5, 1. So these two, though, we are not going to consider for this time now. So among 2, 5, 1, 1 is the least one. As it is a least one, so that node we are going to attach over here. Okay, you can see in your algorithm also this kind of lines has been written. So this node I have been attached here. So now my node will be U and X. Okay, so now again you can see I have given the arrow mark from U to X. Now I have to I will see here what is the distance. So you can see the direct distance from X to the previous like this node. Otherwise from through U it has been connected or not. Okay. So now you see here from if I'm considering the V. So do you have So here you can see that, uh, x to v, the distance is 2. I have written here 2. And what is my previous node has been connected to it? It was u only. So let it to be u, because already the first node was u, and also this v also connected with u. Then why to change? Let it to be 2 comma u. Then the next one, x to w. Do you have connectivity from x to w? Yes, I have. But your primary node is u, right? So you have to give the connectivity from u, x and w. So what is the distance now? Here it is 1, here it is 3. So you have this 4, okay? So through which node you have been passed? What is the connectivity through which node W has connected? It has connected, the previous node will be X. You can see here W is not connected with U. So I cannot write U here. But V was connected to U. So I have written here U. But here the W is not connected to U. I cannot write. Which one it has been connected? With your X. So I have written 4 comma X. Now, as it is a X, so I cannot go from X to X. So I will not write here. So next one is Y. Do you have the direct connectivity from X to Y? Yes, you have. But the primary node is, source node is U, right? So from U to Y, the distance has to be calculated. How much the distance now? 1 plus 1, it is 2. Okay. So now what is the next one here? What is the previous node? Do you have the connectivity from U to Y directly? No. Through which you have connected, which one is a previous node of your Y? That is your X. So I have connected 2 comma X. I hope everyone is writing the example. Now next one is Z. Do you have the direct connectivity from X to Z? No. That's why it is infinitive. Now you have to find out among your 2, 4 and 2, which one is the shortest one. Okay, as already U is present over here. So now you can see 2 comma U and 2 comma X is the shortest one, right? But as U is already attached with this, we can take new node. What is a new node now? Y. So Y is going to be attached over here. Now here you can see I have given the arrow mark over here. Now you are going to find out again through your Y. So Y to V, any direct connectivity is there? Y to V? No, there is no direct connectivity. Okay, but what you are going to do? Already as it has been got some value from your U also, from your X also, it will continue with that. We are not going to change it. Fine. So now W. So for W, do you have any connectivity from Y to W? Yes, you have here. Okay, U to Y to W, direct connectivity. What is the distance will be? 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3. So 3. What is the previous node to which W has been connected? That is Y. So I have written 3 comma Y. And X we are not going to consider because X is already present over here. Now as Y we are considering, so Y also we will not write. Next, coming towards your Z. Do you have the direct connectivity? Yes, I have. That is 2. So here what is the total distance? 1 plus 1 plus 2. So that is 4. 2 plus 2, 4. 4. Here I have written. So what is the Z's previous node? That is my Y. Okay. So I have written 4 comma Y. So now you just check it out among your 2, 3 and 4, which is having your shortest one. You can see that here now we are going to take the considerations because here already 2 is the lesser one. We cannot go for the 3 and 4. Now you have to take this V. Okay. So I have taken as V over here. So now if I will consider that, then what will be my value? So now you can see here what happened. As I have taken V here, I am not going to write over here. Next, I will consider my W. So here you can see I have given the path also. Do you have the connectivity from V to W directly? Yes, that is there. So how much is the value? That is 3. Direct connectivity is there. What is the previous node has been connected? You can come in 2 ways, right? If you are getting the cost same, here also 3 and this side also 3, you can continue the same. If you want to change also to the previous one, if you want to write V also, it is fine. No problem. You can do that also. And what about this X and Y? We are not considering. Then Z. For the Z, what we are going to write here? So we will see from the connectivity from V to Z. Check it out. V to Z. Do you have the connectivity? No, there is no direct connectivity, right? From V to Z. But what we got through this side only, already we got the value. So that only we will continue because this side it is having more value. 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 5, 10. So why to write? We want the shortest one, right? And also for W case also you can see this is also coming 2 plus 3, 5. Why to write 5? Already 3 is present and we can, that is the shortest one. So no need to consider that. So in this way, this is over. Now, which one is the shortest one? Here you can see W. So now I'm going to attach over here. So if I will attach that one, so what will be the value I'm going to get? So already the value has been calculated, but if I am going to consider this 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, okay, so that also you can write, and already the value has been calculated from W to W. We are not going to write over here anything. And from W to Z, if I want to see, here you can see the direct contact is there, but the cost is 5, where already we got the minimal cost as 4. So we are not going to replace this. So let it to be there. So now next what we are going to do, as it is a minimum, we are going to attach this. As we are attaching, so we will get as our final path. How to reach, which one will be our shortest route to reach our U to Z, you can go through this only. This is our shortest route. Okay. So in this way, we have got the resulting least cost tree from your U. Okay, so if you want to do the forwarding table again, you can do this. You have to write the destination, you need to write the outgoing link. So here what you're going to do, V, okay, all the U is a source node, you leave, Z is the destination node, so leave. So the remaining nodes you are going to write. And also we have to see from here where to where we have given the connectivity. Okay, so here you can see V. If I'm going to V, then I have to go, my outgoing link will be U comma V. Okay, it will route from U to V directly. So if I'm going for X, okay, from here you can see X, Y, W, and again X, because again X is having U comma X. All these nodes will go via your destination node. Okay, so everything, the path will be same. So this is known as your everything is known as your Dijkstra's algorithm. Now I have this example. You are going to solve this example. Okay, this is one more example. I hope you have to solve this example. Now let's see the answer. You can see here. So if the U is a like source, and similarly the Z is the destination. So this one will be the first one from U to V. Okay, from U to V7, and U to W is 3, and U to X is 5, and U to Z, that is U to Z and U to Y, there is no direct connectivity. So this is the least one and connected. So now the next value will be U to V will be your like 7 this side, but if you are coming from this W, it will be less value, 3 plus 3 is 6, and it will be 6 comma W. Then you have here similar things, and W to Y, you will have here W to Y, this side it will have your 8 plus 3 11, and the previous node will be W. So now 5 is the least one and connected with. Okay, so now you can see from here I got, if I have connected with my X, then so X to V. So here you can see I have connected with the X. So X to V, how much will be the value? It has to be like you can see that is more than this. So whatever is there previous one, let it to continue with the 6 comma W, because if I'm coming directly from here, 4 plus 3 it will be 7. So why to go for that? Otherwise if I'm coming through this way also, it will be more, right? So why to go for that? So let it to be the smaller one. So Y also, that also you just check it out here. This is example you need to practice. So here X to Y. So here my X to Y, here you can see through my W, it has been passed already. Okay, so here I have the same thing. So let it to be there. Otherwise it is having 7 plus 5, 12. So if I'm going through this X to Y, so this side 5, this side 7, so it will be 12, and the previous node will be X, but this is more than this 11 comma W. So let's continue with this. And next one is X to Z. So if I'm here X and the Z is here, so if I'm connecting with this 5 plus 9, it will be 14, and the previous node will be X. So I'm going to write over here. Now which one is my smaller one? That is 6 comma W. So I have to attach V over here. Next I'm going to find out. So as I have attached V and W and X, so I no need to write over here. Next, directly I need to find out from V to, you can see I have given the connectivity also. I need to find out from V to Y, okay? From V to Y, how much it will be? This side 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 4, 10. So I have to write here 10, and previously it was 11. So now I got the less value. I need to write this, and my previous node will be V. And for the Z, if you are going to calculate from V to Z, then 3 plus 3, 6, plus 4, 10, plus 2, 12. Sorry, 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 10. But I cannot go through this Y, right? I cannot go because that is not a direct connectivity. So I have to follow this route only. So I have to keep that 9 plus 14, 14, and the previous node is X. And next value, I'm among your 10 and 14, which one is the lowest one? 10. So I have to attach Y here, and I have given the connectivity over here. Now what I have to do? Now I can give, because as my node has been connected. So now 3 plus 3, 6, plus 4, 10. Now this is 2, 12. I have to change this 14 comma X, and I'll give here as 12 comma Y. I got the connectivity here. Next, this is the lowest one. I have to connect that also. And here what I have found? So I found that this is my shortest path, and this is a direct link path to reach over my destination. So you need to trace your predecessor nodes, and you have to find out the Dijkstra's algorithm in this way.